Good afternoon, my name is Lola Mainar. I'm working for Circe and I'm going to show you the Spanish case for successful pilot wineries participating in the Eco-prowine project. First of all, I'm going to give you a first view of the Circe participation in the Eco-prowine project. Circe has participated in collaboration with 21 pilot wineries. From them, 7 obtained or were awarded with the Eco-prowine label, and 14 obtained the label. The 7 didn't obtain the label. From these wineries, you can see in the map how they are located. The red points are the wineries that have not obtained the label, and the green ones are the ones that have obtained it. From these wineries, we want to show you some successful cases. These wineries are the star ones, and they are Bodega Pagos del Moncayo, Grandes Vinos y Viñedos, Bodegas Ochoa, and Grupo Hillera. First of all, I want to show you some improvements of the winery Pagos del Moncayo. Pagos del Moncayo is a small winery that has at their disposal 7.5 hectares. They produce around 80,000 bottles of wine per year. When they did the first assessment through the Eco-prowine tool, they saw that some opportunities of improvement were in the fuel consumption and in the glass weight. In this sense, they are implementing and the different kind of improvements. One of them is the increase in the photovoltaic system. Actually, they have installed a photovoltaic system that is already in use, but they are planning to amplify this system with another panel. The objective is to cover the whole consumption of the lighting system that is used for office purpose and for visits. And from this improvement measure, the environmental impact would be 20% in terms of reduction of the total climate change in kilograms CO2 equivalent, comparing with the year of reference 2012. The second measure is based on the weight reduction in glass bottles. They used in 2012 bottles with a weight of 520 grams. Actually, currently they use for bottles with 450 grams. So the reduction of the glass used goes to a reduction of the total climate change impact of the 13.5%. In global, the global indicator obtained to compare with the rest of wineries has been reduced in more than 8%. Regarding the second winery, Grandes Vinos y Viñedos, this winery is the largest in the peeling of origin of Cariñena, and is a winery that produce a huge number of bottles of wine, more than 24 millions of bottles per year. It's a winery that is formed by 4 wineries that are fed by different farmers from 4 different municipalities, and these wineries supply to the final installation of the bottling. So the whole system, the whole structure is called the Grandes Vinos y Viñedos. Grandes Vinos y Viñedos want to improve energy consumption, and also they are implementing different kind of measures. One of them are the reduction of the chemical treatment. The first improvement measure to explain is the use of the LED technology to reduce the energy consumption. In this sense, they replaced the old electric system for a LED system, and also they changed the auxiliary installations of the system. What goes to a reduction of the total climate change for the electricity of the 11.9, almost 12%. The second improvement is an alternative of using chemical treatment for the insects. This is called plant protection products. It's for crop protection, and it consists of a biological control to confuse sexually to a specific insect called Lobesia botrana. The improvements in terms of climate change reach up to 70% of reduction in the total climate change. In global, the reduction of the global indicator is almost 4% of the total global indicator of the winery. The third winery is the Group Ullera. It's a winery that produces almost 2.5 million bottles of wine. And some of the improvements they found to be potential were applied in the electricity consumption and the fuel consumption. One of the improvements applied is the use of variable frequency drivers to reduce the electricity consumption and also to improve the working process of the machinery, more mainly the machinery that have to do with the cooling system. This improvement goes to a reduction of the energy of the total climate change in 6%. The second measure to be highlighted is energy savings by using LED and replacing the old system. In this measure, they have replaced the old system, the old lamps that were high power lamps with 400 watts, and they were replaced for high LED technology. With this measure, they have obtained a huge reduction in the consumption that is translated in 69% of the climate change of the electricity. And in global terms, they have reduced the 14.31 of the global indicator of the winery. Finally, Bodegas Ochoa is the fourth winery. It's a winery that produces more than 5.5 million of bottles of wine. They had some problems in the electricity consumption, in the fuel consumption, and in the water consumption, and they have implement some measures. One of them is the installation of high efficient cooling equipment to substitute to replace the old one. The new one has a half power demand and works better than the old one. The improvements in this case is the 22.5% in terms of climate change for provoked by the electricity, and the all, the last improvement measure is the weight reduction in the glass bottles. In this case, for the Bodegas Ochoa, they reduced the weight from 550 grams to 420 grams, what is translated in a reduction on the environmental impact in 23.6% of the climate change in electricity. And overall, they have reduced around 19.33 the global indicator. I have to highlight that these global numbers are related to the whole winery, and but only have to do with the measures that are quantified and that have been shown in this presentation. The rest of the wineries are implementing more measures, but these measures are under monitoring or cannot be quantified at this moment. But this presentation will be updated in the few next weeks. Thank you very much for your attention, and thank you very much for your interest in the sustainability in the wine sector. If you want more information regarding this issue, you can visit the Eco-prowine webpage at www.ecoprowine.eu, and you can find there a lot of information regarding this project. Thank you very much for your attention.